How's it going, guys? I made a couple customs over the last couple of days. This here is called the Altered State, and it was an actual car back in the day. I think it was one of the fastest in its class. Pretty cool little casting, but it had one of the fastest motors that Hot Wheels had out there, so I thought what better to put it in is the 67 Camaro that Troy Grant gave me in one of our trades. So here it is. This was the silver one. It kind of had some bad windows in it, so I chopped it apart, cut out the hood, and installed a big block in it. Now I'll just give you a look as to how I did it. Chopped the motor down. It had some belts and pulleys. It was a pretty tight fit, so I ground all that stuff off while still kind of leaving it there to give the appearance of it. And I robbed one of these altered, or what is this thing here? It's hanging on, or whatever, Altered Ego. I used the tires off it for this little Camaro. When I put the windows in, I took them out of a 68 Camaro. The seats and stuff wouldn't fit in because the windows. If you see, these ones have side windows, and the 67s did not. So, before I glued it down and everything, I thought I'd just show you what I did. And then I did a little sanding and grinding to get the hood. The paint job was pretty cherry on this when it was drying, but it bubbled right in here, so I threw some black stripes on it and called it good. Pretty happy with the way it turned out, really. It's got a nice stance with the motor. It sits like it should. Looks pretty killer. Thanks again, Troy. I wouldn't have done this to any of my Camaros, but being that this one needed to be worked on, I didn't mind chopping it up. So something pretty cool came out of it. Anyway, instead of just letting this one sit in the junk pile, I ended up throwing a set of wheels on this one. This one's not glued down yet either. So I chopped the front of it off, I chopped the front of the casting off, and then just took a Dremel in there and kind of made a little line for the wheels to sit, and got myself a little car. If I can put it back together here. There we go. And it rolls around pretty good. Instead of just throwing it out and having it being wasted, come up with that. And this thing, it's a Thomas the Train car, or Thomas whatever, the little cartoon. Had an old set of rotten black walls and some extra bits and parts from some customs that I had sitting in a pile, so I just kind of had some fun with this one. It rolls around. It had some pretty noisy tires on it to begin with, but it was just something to do while the paint was drying. I think it turned out okay. Just something different for you guys to see. And then I finished this one up too. I left the paint the way it was, and I just touched up the bottom, painted the undercarriage, and I added a little flat black to the gray there. It kind of has a weathered look now. So yeah, those are some customs. Hope you guys all enjoyed. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. It's Thanksgiving up here, so take care everybody. God bless, and enjoy the hobby.